have a question for the black community. We all know who this is, don't we? This is Tim Allen, Mr. Two-Man Taylor himself from Home Improvement. Growing up, we watched that sitcom, didn't we? Have you ever heard any of your people say, "No, turn that off. I ain't watching Tim Allen because he told"? Did y'all know that he was on paperwork? My guy got caught with a half a pound of cocaine at the airport, did time in the federal penitentiary, told on some people to get his time cut. My guy came home doing stand-up, got his own TV show, living his best life. I ain't heard none of his people say, "We canceling him."
Yo, so we back in here for another edition of F-ya-Motha, and I hate these 1 and 2 comparisons. Anybody making this comparison is a moron, and it's almost as bad as when black folks say, "We got gang members that shoot each other, but they don't shoot George Zimmerman." Why the fuck would they? That's a stupid argument. He's not a gang member. I would have thought that was obvious. And typically when people in the street shoot at each other, it's over business. It ain't never about, I mean, sometimes rolled into personal shit, but most of the time it's about money, right? The drug war, turf war, stuff like that. So in this case, it's nothing different. It's a 1 to 2 comparison because the reason we make, I guess, hold up, let me just, clarify this. The reason it's actually deemed unadmirable in our community is because telling on somebody, especially when you were supposed to be loyal to the cause, right? You selling drugs together. You should not be trying to save your skin of your teeth at the expense of another man that you knew you was doing stuff dirt with. That's unadmirable. That's showing disloyalty. We as black people look at ethics, moral principle in a serious light. I'm not saying clear people don't. I'm just saying they get a little loose on it. However, even that's kind of stupid, because I've heard straight-laced white people say he was a snitch, and that's why they didn't watch Home Improvement. But for the majority of people that watched Home Improvement, myself included, at the time, we didn't know. I think his indictment was in 1981. Shit came out in 1994. So it was literally 13 years prior. Who the hell would know that? The reason people watch it now because it's in syndication. We didn't this wasn't made preview until I want to say 2005, 2006. This show had been off the air for I want to say 12 years. The fuck is he talking about? Nobody says that because now it's in syndication. Tim, the Two-Man Taylor, or AKA Tim Allen, is 72 years old. At the time he was 42. This show was 30 years old. Why anybody would actually say that is beyond me. Why anybody would say that now, even though it's in syndication, he's elderly, doesn't matter. The reason nobody said the shit back then, because we didn't know. And two, it goes back to what I was saying about black people, we having high values of ethics, morals, and principles. It's not the fact that we say somebody's a snitch because they told. It shows their character. They're disloyal. They're unethical. They're immoral, right? When I say moral, as you basically, you're lying if you're saying I did something you didn't. You was with me. So that shows a high level of immorality, unethicalness, which is probably not a word, but I'm gonna make it one for the lack of congeniality. That's why we say something about it, because it shows your character and your character flaws, bro. You shouldn't be telling on me because that's not admirable. As a grown ass man, you tell on your brother and your sister when you were a kid. You tell on the bully at school when you're in middle school or grammar school. You don't tell on a grown ass man and you in your damn 30s, you selling kilos. That's bitch shit. And it shows that you are a weasel, a worm, a rat, a sucker, a chump. You have no spine. You do the dirt, you do the time, especially in nonviolent offenses. We ain't kill nobody, so why you telling? You know what I'm saying? They wouldn't know shit. You didn't tell them shit. You told them. That's why we going down. And now you trying to save your ass because you gave them up the information they would have never known. That's sucker shit. Now I do agree that maybe people that's not in the streets should probably not really give a damn about that, and they shouldn't. I don't too much call people snitches. I ain't in the streets no more. I don't do no dirt. For the squares that don't do no dirt, never did no dirt, you shouldn't be using the word snitch in any context because you a sucker and a civilian. Stay in your place. So I hope that answers this dude's question, because I'm so tired of these 1 to 2 comparisons. Well, we in the black community. Shut up. You're not qualified. In the words of Benny Siegel, you're not qualified to be asking shit like this. Clearly, you're too stupid to understand why it's a problem. So you should probably read a book. How about that? In any event, if y'all like this episode, you know what to do. And if you know this jerk off, tag them. And I'm out.